Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Girl Talk for a special car edition. I just wasn't really feeling the studio today. The weather has been so nice. If you live in like the eastern part, northeastern United States, it has been in the 80s this week, which is pretty unusual. So I just wanted to get out and kind of enjoy it. I know I'm sitting in my car, but it is better than sitting inside toiling over the computer all day. Today, I've got a little bit of mess and a little bit of drama. We are going to go through a timeline of recent events regarding Foodie Beauty. I wasn't going to talk about this today, but she actually did a live stream and I sat down and listened to the whole thing. Granted, I was doing some other things. That's kind of my thing. If I'm like watching a foodie live stream, I have to do something else, and I'll even take my notes while I'm doing something else because you can't just sit there and watch it. That would push me to the brink, but she was absolutely ridiculous on this live stream. She comes for yours truly, so we have some choice words. She wants petty. We'll give her petty. Let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? So let's start here by talking about her recent screenshot video. You guys know what I mean. This one was called Couple Bangkok Vlog Boating on the River. It feels like this was her way of showing us that everything is okay because people were speculating again about her and Salah's relationship, and she was lashing out on the community tab at FFG. I said on Twitter that's kind of giving the same vibes, like Natter spent all of her money and wants nothing to do with her, so she has to go on the community tab. Remember, we would know if you guys were around in 2021, beginning of 2022, right before Cuba Rage, BC, as we like to call it around here, then you would know that she would always go on the community tab and have a temper tantrum whenever Natter told her enough was enough and left her to go back with Didi. She wouldn't take no for an answer. They would spend all their time together on YouTube payday, and then after about a week when they blew through all that money, literally, Natter would be done with her and a full-blown rage would accompany that. So maybe there was trouble in paradise between her and Salah, and that's why we got another community tab rage. But I did say on the live stream that when it came to this sad situation regarding FFG, that she wouldn't be able to control herself when it came to that. And we'll get more into that later as she does discuss it on the live streams. But I have to say, in regards to this mukbang, no wonder she is unhappy with the portions there. This looks like a kid's meal. They walk around, Salah points a fan at her. It's giving like, let me help out grandma. Get those good shots of Chantal walking down the street. When I tell you, it looked like she jumped on that boat like it was a survivor challenge. My heart started racing. I didn't even know if she was going to make it on that boat. Couple of good screenshots in this video, but other than that, not much to see. Moving right along to her halal Arabic food in Kuwait. Lots of thumbs down on this one. If you guys have the Google Chrome dislike plugin, it's not 100% accurate, but when it comes to foodie, I definitely believe it. She's super annoyed because the food is expensive in Thailand. And like I said, they don't give those big portions that she is used to in Kuwait. And she hasn't eaten in 2 hours. This clip pretty much sums up the entire video for me. What was weird about this video is she said that she moved to Kuwait in February and they got married, which isn't true. She went to Kuwait in November of 2022. She posted a vlog on her main channel, and then she posted her courthouse wedding in January. That video was pretty much just posted to make people believe that they were married. Of course, not many people even do to this day. I have to wonder how long they were living in sin, quote unquote. Not that I really care morally, but when it comes to Kuwait, of course, you need to have your marriage papers in order to live together. And that's just how it works over there. Chantal claims that she will still be celebrating Halloween despite her newfound religion. And she claims to give Salah some food, blah, blah, blah. She just wanted to show us that, yes, she does share some of her food with Salah. Not many people are buying that one either. So let's get into this ridiculous live stream because it was definitely the star of the show these past couple of days in the foodie verse. No word from Amber, not even on TikTok. Although I am patiently awaiting her return. Does someone have the summoning circle with the orange chicken ready to go? Maybe she'll pop up in Oklahoma. Honestly, fingers crossed, stay gone for another week and then pop up in Oklahoma, because people are kind of tired of this wifey Kentucky arc where she's like going back into wifey's arms because she's lonely one night. I mean, we've seen it. Where's the new girl? I'm sure she doesn't appreciate her jumping into bed with wifey. This live from Foodie Beauty was called Hello. She appears ill. She is very red-faced. She says that it is rosacea, but many people believe, based on her appearance in this video, and I'm not like talking crap about her appearance, I'm just saying that it looks like a hamburgerized bees moment. She might as well partake while she is in Thailand, because it's very much legal over there and it's not something that she can enjoy while in Kuwait. I don't really care if she wants to participate in that. It's her option as an adult. But she insists on keeping that hush hush, although our eyes are not deceiving us. Chantal insists that she is going to be trying the gym at the hotel, but I can't help but remember the last time that she tried to go to the gym in Kuwait. Remember, it was about it wasn't even a minute that she was able to stand the elliptical. And I've heard other people chiming in, people who are more knowledgeable on this when it comes to being obese and working out, saying that she has to be very careful. I mean, she shouldn't even really jump on an elliptical. As good as you might think that sounds, she could definitely injure herself. And being in Thailand, I don't know if she wants to push it at this stage. A leisurely stroll might be the best bet for our girl at this time, until she can at least work with someone, a professional, licensed. It doesn't have to be like a doctor or anything, but work with some sort of personal trainer if she was really in this for the long haul, which she is not. But I would love to see her on like one of those TV shows. What is it called? The Biggest Loser or something like that. It doesn't have to be that one, the Kuwait version. But for her to have like a personal trainer breathing down her neck, telling her to do this, they would probably fire her. You know how sometimes your therapist fires you? The personal trainer would fire her, and that happens a lot of times. They have to be tough with some of these people. I'm gonna leave you if you do not do this like 5-minute workout. I need a break. No. Chantal claps back at the critics that want to see her rage and go low simply just for content, but she's the one that puts this out, right? Famous last words. She says that she's never going to rage again, pretty much. And she deleted the FFG community tab post because she didn't want to look at her face, or she didn't want to have to subject her audience to looking at her face. I'm sure that's why she deleted it, and it wasn't that she was kind of worried that maybe it went a little too far for YouTube. She doubles down on bringing up FFG's mother and claims that this was simply provoked and everybody is a narcissist except for her. I was actually thinking about this situation regarding Foodie because she always likes to say that she is treated very unfairly and that reaction channels get away with everything. But I was thinking about this particular situation where she talked about FFG over the weekend and her mom. She brought up her mom. Her mom passed away and Chantal kind of like rubbed her nose in it on the community tab, right? I think that if a reaction channel did this, the backlash would actually be a bit harsher because we know what to expect from Chantal. This kind of thing is not shocking at all. She's willing to go even lower than this, and we've already seen that. So I think if a reaction channel did something like this, throw someone's parents' death in their face, I think the pushback would actually be stronger. What do you guys think about that? Does that make sense? Because we know Chantal's behavior, and it's not really surprising at this point. But if it was someone that you actually respected and they did this, I'm sure that a lot of people would be upset about it. And you can expect that person to lose subscribers. Granted, this is just a hypothetical person. Nobody actually did that as far as I'm aware, except for Chantal. Now, here's where things get weird. She says that she is triggered by Western music. It stirs up obvious emotions, and it is the devil. Now, I was kind of with her at the beginning of this, where she exclaims that she can't listen to certain songs because it brings up feelings. Maybe it was something that she listened to while she was with Natter. I know that there is some music I can't listen to because it reminds me of a certain era of my life that I don't really want to relive, and it brings up the same emotions. She really lost me when she said it was the devil.
You know, from back in Canada, and like the music, it like brings that all right back. The minute you, like, I can understand why Islam is kind of like, some will argue that Islam is like, music is forbidden in Islam. I can understand why, because it's like, it's the devil. Like, it brings back, it just stirs up these emotions in you, and it's horrible.
For her to put the entirety of Western music under that umbrella, it's just ridiculous. She can only listen to Arabic music now. I did put this out on Twitter, and a lot of you guys that responded found it as ridiculous as I did, but I also got a comment from Queen of WTF talking about how Chantal, no matter who she's with, she kind of puts on this persona to appease that person. And while I do agree with that sentiment, it's kind of interesting with this relationship with Salah, because he's not against like Western music. Like, he wears Western clothes. He plays video games, even ones that are banned in Kuwait, like GTA. That is the epitome of like a Western game, right? There's much speculation that he wants to go to Canada. So I don't understand why she feels this need to put down the West. It almost has become a scapegoat for her. Instead of talking about her personal issues and why this was such an issue for her, she just goes, the West is demonic. But instead of addressing her own personal issues, it's easier for her to just blame everything on the West, including her vices and stuff. It is good for her that she is unable to access the kind of things that she was doing with Nader, right? Because that could have spelled a very tragic end. But when it comes to the food that she is eating, that is all available in Kuwait, the same things that she was eating in Canada. And that's a big vice for her. Chantal doesn't understand why people found entertainment in the Nader saga, because it was all so dark. Some things were really dark. There is a lot of people that are obsessed with true crime, and I think it's a very similar phenomenon when it comes to why people were so intrigued by the Nader saga. Although there were very many laws, people tend to put the Nader saga on this kind of pedestal. There were many periods where there was nothing going on, or if her and Nader were doing like these dueling live streams, throwing insults, it was the same thing that she had said. So there towards the end, when she did put the hijab on and said like bye to Nader, bye to the West, it was a big change up, and people were completely done with Nader and Foodie fighting back and forth. If they did it again now, it might be interesting because it's been so long, but I do remember the fatigue at the end. In regards to the appeal at the height of this, which was probably when she lost her channel and the Cuba rage, right? That's probably the height of it. It has to do a lot with morbid curiosity and just drama in general. It's YouTube, drama sells. Chantal admits that she is in this very tired, negative headspace. She had no medication, but apparently she did find some medication. This was very ridiculous and strange as well. She doubts if the medicine is helping her, and she kind of puts down Western medicine. Oh God. She doesn't know if it's actually working for her, although she admitted that she was very anxious when she ran out of the medicine. So I don't know, contradictory statements here. When people kind of press her on the statements that she has made, particularly over the weekend, she really doesn't take any accountability for the things that she says, and just says that she is provoked to say these things, and that makes it perfectly okay. Well, I don't doubt that she's provoked. It was pretty low, even for her. It just makes you wonder, because there are a lot of people that don't like certain reactors, but when she takes it to this level, that's when she has people firing back at her. And it ramps things up, and it's kind of like a cycle. Notice how she never really has some valid critiques for people. It's always like smoker's voice, or your weight, or let me bring up something traumatic and rub your face in it. It's never like a valid critique. But I guess that would require some level of intellectual capacity that she simply does not possess. Chantal will literally do/say anything that she can to attempt to hurt somebody, but what she doesn't realize, I can only speak for me. She could say literally anything about me and it would just roll off my back, especially because I have my supportive audience and other creators have that as well. Nobody takes her seriously at this point. Speaking on the topic of valid criticism, when it came to yours truly, Foodie Beauty had some choice words and she was not very happy with me. She said that I am a whiny bee with a face that looks like hamburger helper grease.
And then Alex, I'm sorry, you're the most pettiest you know what I've ever met in my life with your voice. Like, I don't know. He reminds me of a greasy bowl of hamburger helper with a whiny voice. I can't watch him. Right at the beginning, he's like, Salah, shut up. Guess what, hamburger helper? You can just change the channel. You don't have to watch it.
It really is these kind of playground insults that make me believe that she is stuck in middle school. Take a look at her relationship. I mean, you don't just go run across the world and ditch your life for a man you barely know. It's giving high school, it's giving middle school. And if you want petty, I'll give you petty. I have never in my life had to offer a man anything to be with me. And you're 2 for 2, sweetie. She insists that karma has already caught up with many reaction channels and she's just the better person in all of this. And then goes on like Amber Lynn style, I'm being silenced, when in fact she absolutely isn't. I mean, she has this platform with almost 100,000 subscribers that she can post literally anything she wants to. So how exactly is she being silenced? Of course, people are going to have pushback to the things that you say. Anybody would. Reaction channels, they do have pushback. She discusses the infamous blue pot from the villa days. If you guys don't remember this one, it was a blue pot that she had, I believe, left in the sink for a month and it was growing. There was something growing in it. She admits that that was a dark time in her life and that it was gross. I guess we've brought her back to earth with that one, the blue pot. That's what it took. When she gets back to Kuwait, which she still won't say when she's going back to Kuwait, but I'm not even gonna speculate on when she's going back to Kuwait because who knows at this point, something must be held up. It'll happen when it happens, and she's doing kind of regular content now. So we're back to mukbangs and mini rages. The first thing that she wants to do when she gets back into Kuwait is order a bunch of food. Say it isn't so. Did you guys see that one coming? Someone in the comments says that she looks sick even with the filters, and she claims that there is no filters. Y'all are just seeing things when her skin is like completely smoothed out with the smoothing filter. She doesn't use filters on purpose, but it just comes on the phone. No. Lately, people have been asking her for a weigh-in because many screenshots have surfaced comparing her 2 months ago to now, and things don't look so good. But she refuses to weigh in and says that nobody's going to believe it, which is true. Although she says that she might weigh in if reactors get on a scale and show their body and show their weight. I was like, I volunteer as tribute, but I don't think she would really care. I know it's not my weight that she wants to know so bad. Towards the end of the video, she asks Salah if he is okay in Thailand, like, is he ready to go home? And Salah actually says that he isn't over it. You could tell by the look on her face that she wanted him to kind of chime in and say that he was over it, because she is definitely over it and ready to go home, if only for the cheaper food and bigger portions. She made that clear multiple times. And just one more point, she did say this earlier in the live stream. She says that people would not question, she's going with the old fat phobia argument, people would not question her relationship to Salah if she was skinny. And the thing with that is, we have seen her and Salah and just the chemistry that is not there. I don't think if she was skinny, it would make much of a difference at all. I'd reckon that if she was skinny, people would be saying even more about this relationship and how they have no chemistry. The vibe it's supposed to give is newlyweds, and that's not what I'm getting. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Go ahead and leave me a like on this one if you enjoyed the commentary. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye, guys.